Hello again to all my friends watching out there. Welcome back. For those of you just now joining, here's a brief recap of the previous chapter. With newfound allies in the Council of Shadows, the group of humans and aliens embarked on their mission to dismantle the oppressive regime that had ruled the dome for so long. They were fueled by a shared desire for truth, justice, and the restoration of harmony. Little did they know that their journey would take an unexpected turn as they faced a series of harrowing challenges. As they began to mobilize their forces and strategize their next moves, dark clouds gathered on the horizon, and an eerie silence fell over the land. The once still air now carried a foreboding chill, and the ground beneath their feet trembled. The charismatic protagonist, always vigilant, sensed that something ominous was approaching. It wasn't long before the first signs of the Overseer's retaliation became apparent. Hideous monsters, creations of the corrupted Overseers, emerged from the depths of the dome. These grotesque creatures were unlike anything the group had ever encountered before. They had twisted forms, with multiple limbs, sharp fangs, and eyes that glowed with malevolence. The monsters were relentless, driven by a savage instinct to destroy anything in their path. The group and their newfound allies fought valiantly against the onslaught of these hideous monsters. They wielded their weapons with determination, using their unity as their greatest strength. The charismatic protagonist, now a symbol of hope and resilience, led the charge with unwavering resolve. Each battle was a test of their courage and resourcefulness, and they paid a heavy price in wounds and sacrifices. But the monsters were not the only threat. The very fabric of the dome itself seemed to rebel against their presence. Cataclysms, unleashed by the Overseers, rocked the landscape. Earthquakes shattered the ground, and storms of unimaginable ferocity raged above. The sky turned a sickly shade of green, and lightning crackled ominously. Amidst the chaos, the Council of Shadows lent their assistance, using their ancient knowledge and abilities to counteract the Overseer's cataclysms. Together they fought a desperate battle to protect their world from further devastation. As days turned into weeks and the battles raged on, the charismatic protagonist and their companions began to understand the true nature of the Overseer's corruption. The faction that had imprisoned them all those years ago had become a force of chaos, seeking power at any cost. The Council of Shadows, once a silent observer, had finally taken a stand against their corrupted brethren. In the midst of the chaos and destruction, a fragile alliance between humans, aliens, and the Council of Shadows blossomed. Bonds were forged in the crucible of adversity, and a shared determination to overcome the oppressive regime united them. As Chapter 8 came to a close, the humans and aliens ready for battle were on their way for the fight of their lives. Now on to Chapter 9 of Punishment Under the Dome. As the battles raged on, and the charismatic protagonist and their companions fought against the relentless onslaught of monsters and cataclysms, an unexpected turn of events left them reeling. One of their own had betrayed them, siding with the corrupted Overseers and turning their backs on their newfound allies. The betrayer, once a valued member of their group, had succumbed to the corrupted and power-hungry faction, lured by promises of immeasurable power and wealth. Their betrayal had devastating consequences, not only jeopardizing the group's survival but also amplifying the stakes of their mission. Despite the emotional turmoil and the doubts that inevitably arose in the wake of this betrayal, the group remained steadfast in their resolution to fight against their oppressors. They rallied together, strengthened by their shared desire for justice, and resolved to confront the corrupted Overseers with renewed vigor. The charismatic protagonist, always the beacon of hope and resilience, took center stage once again. Their leadership, unwavering conviction, and strategic planning ensured that the group continued to advance towards the ultimate showdown. As they drew closer to their final destination, the group encountered an unexpected ally, a member of the Council of Shadows who had grown disillusioned with the faction's corruption. This insider information proved invaluable, providing them with the knowledge needed to outmaneuver their adversaries. The final confrontation was nothing short of epic. Amidst the chaos of the monsters and the cataclysms, The group and their allies clashed against the corrupted overseers, a battle that would decide the fate of their world. The charismatic protagonist and their companions fought valiantly, using every ounce of courage, determination, and unity at their disposal. It was a grueling battle, one that tested their limits and unleashed their hidden potential. In the end, it all came down to a breathtaking turn of events, a twist that would change everything. The corrupted faction led by the betrayer was defeated, but the cost was high. The charismatic protagonist fell in battle, their ultimate sacrifice marking the beginning of a new era of freedom, redemption, and hope, or so they thought. As one of the corrupted factors fell, they laughed and said, "You really think you've won, don't you?" The humans looked at one another confused, like then looked back at him and said, "Yes! It does appear that we've won, old man." The corrupted old man, still laying on the ground bleeding out, continued to laugh even harder this time. The human leader was getting pissed and kicked the fallen man. At this time, the fallen man pushed a button on a secret device he had embedded in his hand. Daryl, one of the humans, said, "What the hey? What did you just do, old man?" At that moment, the old man had one last laugh, then passed away with a sinister-looking grin on his face. The skies started changing color, the ground shaking like it had never done before. Mountains were moving. Daryl just saw one of his people fly up into the air by something invisible. He never saw them again. Apparently, the device that was embedded in the slain soldier's hand was a backup defense just in case the humans were to ever get too close to finding out the secrets of the dome and find a way to escape. The device activated caused a massive stone on the other side of the dome to glow and expand. It kept growing and growing. It was so blue. Daryl and the other humans were panicking. "We were so close to escaping the place. What the heck is going on now?" The stone kept expanding this massive structure. It appeared to be a dome bigger than their planet. It finally stopped the expansion, then slowly replaced the original dome, firmament, with a brand new one. Out of curiosity, one of the humans near the newly formed firmament walked up to it and touched the wall. He instantly froze solid as the firmament was extremely cold to the touch. One of the good overseers that were on the human side said that when they were younger, they were taught about very old legends. And one of those legends was of this stone that could create completely impenetrable firmaments, but hadn't been used in millions of years. But as far as he knew, there was no escaping this new type firmament. This was a true blow to the humans' plans. For the time being, they decided to head back to their homes and try to figure out a new plan. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. There will be much more to come in the near future as their journey continues. Please stay tuned for Chapter 10 of Punishment Under the Dome.